Alright, hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to Banner Saga 3. So, let's just take a look. It's been a couple of days. I recorded this the first night it came out, and then I got kind of busy. So we do have 38 renown that I could spend. She's good. At this point, she's got everything she could possibly need. Gotta have maxed out bloodletter, so she's good to go. We did get the Mead Spring bottle. Will per turn, armor per turn. Break resist, protects from death if strength is greater than 1, -2 strength attack. That's kind of tough. I could save up for a heroic title. And Nid and Irsa are injured, but that's not a big deal. But like Mogre. Mainly interested in maxing out as many of my stats as possible. Either that or figuring out... Like, does anybody have any... particularly interesting abilities that I could use? I guess the will per turn on Mogre wouldn't be a terrible idea. Because... he doesn't have that much will to begin with. I could boost this. My main problem is I need to pick hero... I need to divvy out heroic titles, and I'm, like, afraid to do so. Yeah, I don't know. Main problem is, like, there's a lot of characters that I just don't feel a whole lot of, like, direct loyalty to. You know, stuff like Alette is obvious, because she's got some really nice, unique abilities. Hakon's not bad, actually. Oh, he might have to be a rank 11? Well, he only costs 10 to promote after this. Or maybe promoting past rank 10 doesn't cost anything. Or it doesn't cost much. That's an interesting question. I don't know. Okay, well, let's get max out hunker down. Work for dodge? Let's work towards dodge. So Death's Messenger, extra damage on consecutive attack to the same enemy. I wonder if that affects like multi-hit attacks. Wouldn't be useful on him. Will on kill, it's not bad. Will regen, will and armor regen. 20% crit. Oathmaker's not a bad idea on him. Move, dodge, move through allies. Extra strength, reduced armor, extra crit per adjacent enemy. So Foolish is good. Let's see. Extra damage, extra crit, never miss with no adjacent allies. The Hopeful. Oh. So this works for adjacents, not for him. Maybe. Armor regen per turn. Never injured after KO. I want to put that one on someone. The Foolish is good. Last Standing is amazing for some of my characters, but I don't know which one I want to put that on. Mountain, armor, strength, armor and strength resist. That's always useful. A lot of these are just good for tanks. Not a whole lot of like immediate fun abilities though. The poison ability is crazy good. Unmoved. Much less aggro would be interesting, putting the Whisper on, like, Hakon, but I don't know if that would actually do anything. Twiceborn. I don't honestly know. Oh, do we promote Gunnulf next? I mean, I use him like crazy, so... I haven't got either of those yet. I'm just gonna give him one in both for now, and that'll be enough while I figure out what I want to do. I mean, realistically, I can probably live without the heroic titles. What chapter are we on anyway? We're on chapter 18. Goes up to 22 chapters. I looked ahead a little bit just to see how far you could go in the game. I think we didn't care about any of these. The crit chance is nice. Okay, well, let's talk to Hakon. When you catch up to Oddleaf, she's already mid-argument with Hakon and Fasold. For this to work, we need to cooperate. Slow down. Stop shouting at me, woman. You've been around them too long, Hakon. Why are we even listening to this? Gods, you're all starting to sound like Rugga. Don't you get it? We either work together or we die. What's this even about? She expects the Varl to be your beast of burden. That's not what I said. Look, Rune's shredding the walls with some kind of thrown anchor. We can't reach him from here. It made me think of something Rugga said. Everything you throw at me comes back twice as hard. If the Varl gathered every oil barrel we can find in Arborang and bring them here, we can wrap them up in netting. Next time Rune hurls his anchor into the wall, Horseborn race along the top of the wall and drop the netting around it. And Rune pulls the barrel back onto herself. I think I see where you're going with this. We'll need every archer we can find. Irsa and the other archers can organize a volley of flaming arrows down on her and boom. Will that be enough? I don't know, but it beats standing around here measuring our loyalties. Sounds to me like a lot of things ready to go wrong. The Varl are not great lovers of fire, if you've forgotten. Why haul barrels when we could meet the Sunder in the field of battle? Could Jorundur have lowered himself like this in the Great Wars? I won't lie, the battlefield calls to me. Why are you Varl so obsessed with rushing off to battle? Ever since Fasold showed up, you've been acting like you've got a death wish, Hakon. Ah, this one. You think we're just large men with simple minds. I've been alive for hundreds of years. You rush around fearing for your short lives like babies calling for their mothers. How we live is more important than how long. And you destroy our Fane Bridge and act like it's nothing. Like you did us a favor, you short-sighted, arrogant... Basalt is a poor diplomat, but he's not wrong. Einertoft was the last evidence of our existence. That bridge should have outlived the Varl who made it. I do not want to eke out a few weeks, a few more days, cowering behind a wall. I do not want to carry barrels when I could die with the blade in my hand. We are the last of our kind. We are Varl. Okay, so this kind of sucks. So, do us this favor and you'll have our fight. I promise, idiot, use your head, don't throw your life away, and help us. You'll have half our remaining supplies. Or your, half our remaining supplies for your Varl. We'll manage with less. So, middle options are usually not great. Diplomatic, sort of. Second one's a bad move. We'll probably lose both of them. Help us, and you'll have half our remaining supplies. For your Varl, we'll manage with less. Warriors do fight poorly on an empty stomach. What are you saying? I'm saying I'm starving. A good meal, followed by a good fight, a good note to end on. You really have become soft as a baby's ass, Hakon. We'll gather the oil barrels and return quickly. Don't get comfortable telling me what to do. Hasselt shakes his head in disgust. Hakon notices. And whatever you do, don't let that fence of toothpicks fall before we're back. That's expensive. I should not have bought all those supplies. Alright, well, back to the market. Had I known to wait... This doesn't even give me much. Whatever, I'll live. Okay, yeah, had I known, I wouldn't have spent all my renown until now. It's life. Okay, well, let's see, there's nothing else to check, so to the gate. Oof. Scathach gallops to you, breathing hard, gesturing quickly. You gather the dredge are assaulting from the front gates, all the way down to the water's edge. The Sunder are going to brute force the wall, Oddleaf says. Topple the whole thing, and this will become a killing field. Bad news for our clansmen, Aleo adds. Many dead or missing, some to dredge, others to bedlam. Could have been worse, but it's all going wrong since the Sunder showed up. Terrified villagers scream at the sight of the dredge breaching the wall, and mobs of people crush together, trying to escape in any direction they can. Gather anyone who can hold a weapon, you shout. We travel down the wall, pushing back the dredge until those barrels are ready. Look at all these people. They haven't got anywhere to run. We need to start patching these holes, or there won't be anywhere safe in here. For now, I suggest we focus on the dredge. Get ready, you shout. dredge continue to slip through the gashes in the wall, like dark blood from an oozing wound. Be smart about it, and don't get reckless. We clear them out here, then move on to the next breach. Okay. Oh, boy. We've lost our bruisers. Alright, well, let's grab Petrus. Maybe Gudmunder? Maybe Canary. Okay, so Petrus can use that. Dude, this is crit chance, all talents. Okay, let's make sure everybody's kind of buffed up as much as possible. So, no promotions, obviously. Oof. Okay. What does she have? Dodge chance, or just will and strength? I'm actually going to give her that instead. The minus armor is kind of rough. Okay. This is probably fine. This game is stressful. It's one of those where, like, when I first played it, I didn't mind playing it so much, obviously, because I had a mission. But now that, like, it feels like everything matters, I'm more worried. That Sunder's gonna keep tearing holes in the wall. One thing at a time. Dredge first. Okay, so as usual, cluster the party. Probably surround her. I prefer to have a very tight formation. Okay, so where can these guys go? So I can't move her very far, but I can move her over a little bit. This is a slinger, though. So he's going to, he's not going to move forward anyway. Or no, he's going to move forward, and she's going to probably take the hit. Is he the next one? No, he's the next one. That actually gives me a little bit of time to get the bear in position before this guy moves. Okay, so I can move her forward 3, I think. She might take a hit from this. I just gotta make sure she doesn't get doggoed. Okay. And we want to do Overwatch. Maximum Overwatch. Okay. Ability, call bear. There we go. Okay. Bear blocking. Ow. Not what I wanted. Pop his armor off. At least she still does a decent amount of damage regardless of the hit. That's rough. Okay, abilities, slag and burn, too far away. What about rain of arrows? I'm gonna put it there. She's got plenty of willpower, so I'm just gonna use abilities freely. I also I should probably mention this. I totally forgot about the horn as a mechanic. It just completely slipped my mind. Not something, I don't know, I would generally use. Okay, so there's 1 and there's 2. Did I get him? I got him on the first go. Awesome. Well, that's the most serious contender down in the first go. What's Stonewall do? He's got a fair bit. Let's do that, just in case he does get hit. I'm a big fan of that setup. Okay. Let's see. What's her attack range? It's 4 ahead of her. Well, if we just go over here, I can kill this guy. That seems, honestly, more ideal than trying to use, like, the poison shot. Okay, we're still... We can't mend. It's not going to do her any good. Luckily, I don't think these guys are going to do that much damage, but they are focus firing her, which is kind of rough. Let's see. Well, bust off as much of that armor as we can. Yeah! Oh, I forgot these guys retreat. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Let's go here. Aim for this guy's shield. That'll get him to move. Perfect. Yeah, using and abusing Overwatch is kind of my new favorite thing. Is really, really helpful. Okay, so what do we do? These guys are both bleeding and will probably die on their turn. I could... She's not very good at breaking off armor. She could break off 4, though. Let's do that. Because this guy isn't that threatening on his own. So I think we're in a fine position to just kill him. Kill for Petrus, and everybody dies. Perfect. No casualties. Victory! Your renown grows. Hooray! That wasn't so bad without the Varl. I like my Varl, but Alette really does just make everything easier. Your numb arms remind you of chopping lumber back in Skoker, but with more blood and fear involved. Other men fill the gaps where you've moved on. Holding the dredge at bay is easier work than pushing them back. The more trouble further down the wall beckons, and there's no time to rest. Sorry, the wording was just a little weird there. I don't know. There's always kind of the weird trifecta of balance, accuracy, and clarity when it comes to reading out loud, and I can only ever manage 2. The sight of a mender surprises you. They've emerged from their libraries and are weaving patterns in the air to repair the splintered wood. It looks like dangerous work. How can we help? Oddleaf shouts to one standing on the rubble, trying to wrestle away a sheared log. He speaks softly, and makes it clear that they need replacement wood and stone to patch the damage. May be dangerous for us to linger long, Petrus tells you, pointing out some watching from a distance, other houses waiting to see what you do, making plans of their own. So we can send word to the caravan, get clansmen involved in repairs. Yeah, let's do that. Because we've got a lot of clansmen, admittedly. Okay, so send word to the caravan and get clansmen involved in the repairs. Before long, familiar faces arrive, carrying fresh building supplies. You reluctantly leave them in harm's way and continue onward. But the cause is worthy. You hope it pays off for everyone eventually. I don't actually know if we get them back. But as shitty as it is, that's a resource we can spend. Okay, the men are spread too thin. Too much going on. Look at the horizon. So many just standing around, watching. Other houses. They're waiting for us to fall before they step in. I always hate that. The people that are, like, trying to... Damn it, where are those barrels? People that are trying to, like... use a disaster for their own benefit. Like, don't they realize everyone's gonna die? Like, I almost kind of wish there was, like, the super schadenfreude option of just ditching them entirely and watching them have to deal with it instead. A mob of a dangerous size is gathering up ahead. At the harbor, you can see the bobbing mass of ships lurching from the harbor. Huh. Heavy with people. Petrus swears. Sailing away was an option. We would have done it by now. The seas are poisoned like everything else around here, spits Petrus. No doubt the serpent's blood. It chews away at the wood, and the fish are dead. There's nothing out there but death. Oh. So, if we say you're just going to let them, they all leave and die. Break up the crowd of deserters, or stop the ships and take them apart for lumber. Let's try that. Force Petrus to stop the ships and take them apart for lumber. Petrus reluctantly gives the order. Many hopeful passengers, desperate or drunk, unwillingly back down to the city guards. Eventually, Petrus's men give up trying to stop all the ships from departing, but manage to pull a few aside for lumber to help reinforce the walls. You move on, worried that you've already taken too much time here. A woman catches your eye amongst the crowds, her gold cloak standing out. Nid, you ask? Nid looks away as you approach, but knows you've seen her. She drags two boys along by the wrist, towards the harbor. I'm leaving. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. Where's your other boy? You can see Nid retreating inside, like a paper folding up into smaller squares. You realize her eldest boy is missing, and can make a solid guess why. He's gone! How did it happen? He's not gone. He's dead. I don't blame you or myself. I don't even blame the dredge. Who is to blame for all this? Do you know? No one can tell me. I just don't want to be here anymore. Anywhere but here. She pushes past, having said her piece. Nid, wait. So don't go, let me protect you. Good luck, Nid, or stay, Nid. I've known cowards. You're not one of them. This isn't about... She stops mid-sentence. She looks down at her boys, and her expression softens. This isn't about me, is it? Sometimes I wish it were. Would things be so much simpler? I envy my parents. The most they had to worry about was getting their children to eat eggs. Every parent wants to give their children a better life than they had, but my boys will never have that chance. Not unless I make one for them. You're right, I'm no coward. Nid pushes back the hair from her eyes and follows you away from the docks. Hey! She probably would have actually left the party. I mean, she was injured and don't really use her that much, but still, that'd be bad. Ish. Ooh, losing supplies. Families. Elderly and children are pressed up against the walls in staggering numbers. With no room to spread out, they're caught in the midst of the marauding dredge. I kind of wish they'd actually have this dialogue run while they were walking, and then they just stop when they reach the destination. These, like, not even half minute, they're like 5-10 second, like, kind of just short walking points are really weird for me, because, like, I can't talk. It's not like, we're going very far, so I'm just like, well, I could say something, but it's just going to be like, while we wait for the next part. Anyway, we can't just leave them to fend for themselves, Oddleaf says. You wonder if what choice you have. So leave your own fighters to protect as many as possible. Strike hard at the dredge, slaying as many as you can, or call to those nearby to get behind your shields. So... Let's go call to those nearby to get behind your shields. Because this one, there's kind of an implied time element here. They keep repeating that. So let's do call to those nearby and get behind your shields. We can't help everyone caught in the onslaught, but many unarmed townsfolk scramble to relative safety behind your shields and continue on with your caravan. Hey, morale's up. Yeah, a lot of these decisions are kind of tough. I liked it better when it was... Well, no. I think it was always just tough. It just feels like there's higher stakes now. And I'm getting kind of wrapped up in it. But yeah, there's all these people just watching. Splitting your time between helping people and fighting Dredge is taking its toll. But something else feels wrong. A different kind of wrong. Petrus slows you with a hand on your shoulder. Remember those powerful men in Arborag we talked about? I think they've decided to make their move. This is the one everyone's so afraid of, sneers a man with a face tattoo. You remember seeing him among Rugg's loyalists. A few dozen grizzled fighters have blades drawn. You notice they wear the crest of many different houses. Dogs, leave them to me, Petrus says, mustering his guards. Rugg's stink is all over this. Go make him end this now, or it'll keep happening. Do whatever it takes. We want to fight. Rugga's not the only one who can deliver messages. Petrus nods. You're not wrong about that, but let's make it quick. Okay. Mainly, the more fights I can do, the better. In general, it's best for me to farm as much renown as possible. So I do have 27, so I could actually rank somebody up. Canary, Oddleaf, Gudmundur. One problem is, ranking up past this point isn't going to provide much to some of these characters. You know, the bonus crit chance is kind of nice. Puncture is okay. Dodge ain't bad. But that's kind of pricey. Oh, let's promote her. I didn't realize this, but Canary isn't even anywhere close to maxed. So yeah, we'll focus on her for now. Because she's lacking 2 armor and 1 more strength at this point. Yeah, focusing on that's a good idea. Okay, ready for battle. Probably the same group, too. I don't know, this game just stresses me out in a lot of ways. I like it. I like it a lot, but I do kind of wish that there was a, like, you know, no consequence hard mode. You know, all battles are tough. Oh. No cure for the hearts of men. Sorry, I should probably read this out loud. Nah, you guys can read some of it. But yeah, I kind of wish there was like a hard mode where there's no like consequences for your decisions, or like maybe you can reload if you think it's unfair. I had this same problem. What was the other game that oh, Pyre. Pyre was a game that like I actually dreaded playing, and it stressed me out because I couldn't handle it. Okay. So he can move pretty far. I'm gonna move her up. Who are you? Oh, that's Petrus. Sorry, I get Petrus and Gudmundur kind of confused sometimes. Do we want to do... Yeah, we want to do that. But yeah, so I straight up, like, had trouble playing... Okay, so this guy's got some range to where he can move to. Which actually makes this kind of complicated. Luckily, as far as I can tell, every single one of them is melee. Go back to this for a second. So she can't even move forward 1. But yeah, I don't want her to take damage. She takes damage, this gets a lot harder. Ow. Well, it's a good thing I gave her the... Ow. There we go. I gave her the extra bits. Okay, so he still can't do anything. Well, my best bet, honestly, as usual, is to call the bear. And just put the bear in the way. Because... My goal is not to immediately, like, get really aggressive here. It's just to safeguard Alette so that we can get, safeguard Alette so we can maximize the amount of... Okay, who's going next? This guy. So we can maximize the amount of, Let's do that. We can maximize the amount of Overwatch that we hit the enemy with. Got him. And that can crit, too. Which is awesome. Okay, I could get in there with Petrus and just kill him. Might take some damage, or I could just work on this guy. Let's just work on this guy. Especially kills with Petrus are not a high priority. Again, it's more important to just kind of spread out my damage and weaken their team, because many of them are just going to bleed to death in the next couple rounds anyway. Okay. Kill this guy. Kill that guy. Well, we can just kill him. So let's do that. I think she's ready for promotion anyway. But it's a good idea all the same. Thank you for going for Tank Bear. It's very appreciated. Okay, I'm going to move forward and Overwatch again. Because at this point she can probably take a hit. And it won't be a problem. This is such a lovely broken combo. Ow. Okay, can't do much to him. We get up here and kill this guy. We probably should. We need to focus on... No. Working him down. Oh, he died. Oh, that's why he died. Now, she might take a hit from this. Yeah. Ah, deflect. Freebie. He's pretty wounded. Yeah, let's kill him. Yeah, we're good. Main thing is just anybody that gets next to my formation just gets overwatched into oblivion. Which is a serious boon. Let's see, yeah, we've got tons. I know we've got this horn, but I just don't use it. Okay, so Gudmundur can kill this guy. Might as well work on that. The more promotions I can nab for the weaker characters, the better. Let's knock as much armor off as possible. We don't even want an Overwatch for this one. I'll hand the kill to somebody in need. Oh, you got him. Sweet. Artery Strike is awesome. Just straight up, it's like 20% crit chance, but if you've got the bonus talents, it's even higher. Okay, more loyalists lurk in the shadows, unsure whether to press the attack. An unexpected sound begins to seep into the cacophony of battle, the tolling of bells. What is it now? Another breach? Shouts... Oh, what is it now? Another breach? Shouts Oddleaf. Worse, replies Petrus. Tradition. The king is dead. You look up at the Great Hall, resting on the Black Rock Plateau, to see thin blue smoke rising from the flue. Rugged's loyalists cheer and laugh, raising their axes to the sky, even as they retreat from the fight. A knot forms in your stomach. You're ready. You're already heading for the prison. Rugged's going to suffer for this, insists Oddleaf. Huh. This is going to be tough. I could buy some more supplies. We could look at heroes. Let's take a look at the market for a second. Okay, it doesn't have anything new. I could buy more supplies, but it almost feels like it's not going to do me any good. Oof. I'll think about it. And actually, you know, this is a great stopping point. So I'll see you guys in the next episode of Banner Saga 3. And as always, thanks for watching.